Something that has always helped me while I've been on my own manifestation journey, and by journey, I don't mean individual manifestations like manifesting my specific person or manifesting money or anything else, not specific to the manifestations, but what helped me getting through moments of doubt. And I want to share that with you today. And if you're interested, you're going to have to watch this video. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you are doing fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Editing Kim here. Just giving you a heads up. I just realized this morning that I have a chunk of content that needs to be put up, but I can't help but notice the pillows in the background in this upcoming content, including today's video. You're going to see Halloween pillows. You're going to see some Christmas pillows. But I just wanted you to know that most of Christmas is down. We're into the winter pillows now. Okay? So over the coming week or two or three, if you suddenly see Halloween pillows or back to Christmas pillows, it's because it's part of my chunk of content I need to upload. Okay? I know you didn't care, but I cared. Okay? See you soon. Love you. I want to skip over my typical intro, but not without singing my favorite song. If you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the drop box below. They're in the screens that just went by. I have 2 channel memberships. All the information to that in the drop box below. All coaching information, drop box below. Giving you a warning, regular coaching. I am booking into late February and March. However, there are always spots available for emergency coaching, always. And I understand that sometimes shit blows up in our 3D and we question things and we don't want to wait for regular coaching. I understand that completely. Hence why I offer the emergency coaching. So emergency coaching, drop box below. But bear in mind, in my earlier days on this platform, emergency coaching was with 24 to 48 hours. It is now 24 to 72. Okay? Simply because people clearly utilize this. So emergency coaching, it's always available. And please know, it doesn't always mean you're going to have to wait 72 hours. There are and have been plenty, probably a larger percentage, 75% to 80% of my calls I can get in within that very day or within like the early moments of my next day. So, right around that 24-hour mark. So just saying, don't panic. Don't get disappointed that you're hearing I'm booking that far out. That's why I offer the emergency coaching for those of you that don't want to wait. Okay? Like I said, any way to connect with me is in that Dropbox below. And if you'd like to connect with me outside of manifestation, my other channel, Kimberly's Other Life, the link to go to that channel is also in the Dropbox below. Yeah. Also, if you're new, how you doing? I'm Kimberly, and I am obsessed with getting what I want. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with manifestation. I eat, breathe, sleep, talk about constantly manifestation. Manifestation is on my brain 24/7, 24/7, all the time. My poor boyfriend, he probably gets so sick of me talking about this shit, but I can't help it. I love talking about it. I love it. I judge myself on top of judging y'all. But if you're new, I would love for you to subscribe and come back and see me. Especially if you're into the same thing I am, right? Limitless thinking. Subscribe, be my friend. Let me know you're a new subby. Again, YouTube doesn't always tell me that I have a new subscriber. My count will go up, but some people block their subscriptions, which I get it. You want to be private, but you could let me know you're here. I got a new friend. I got a new HBIC. Okay. We got a great community over here. I don't think I need to sell that. I think you just need to show up to my comment section or to a live stream, and you will see how the HBICs, we have fun, we break chops, we make jokes, and we make this fun. And we do not judge anyone on what they're manifesting, except for two things. I will judge you and not help you if you are someone wanting to hurt innocent people or animals. I can't have that. I won't help you. Okay? But other than that, I don't give a shit what you're manifesting, and you will not be judged here. I don't allow it. All right. So let's get into today's video. I want to talk about something very, very important that has helped me on a number of occasions, and it's helped me for anything I'm manifesting. And really, it's so simple, but it's really taking the time to understand who we are and how we are able to do this. We all have been conditioned to believe so many limiting beliefs. So many. And manifestation sounds bloody crazy. It sounds crazy. It sounds incredibly too good to be true. And I used to believe that too. I was that person. You know, I really do try to make this channel simplified, making manifestation simple. Because this shit gets complicated, and it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't. But now that there's so many voices in the community, which I'm so torn, because 50% of me is like, it's a good thing. It's showing, I think, that we are evolving as a species. Yes. So more and more people are waking up. So I see that as a really good thing. And especially if you're sharing a similar message with no limits. The other 50%, and I need to stop focusing on it, is there's so many limited people looking at this as lucrative. Manifestation coaching is lucrative, and we don't always have great people in that. However, if I would just stop focusing on that, maybe that would just, kind of peter out, and the good people can get their butts in there. And we still do have a lot of good people in this community. We all know I talk about my favorite coaches all the time. And me having that limited opinion that there's some bad eggs out there doesn't mean that there's more bad than good. There's a lot of good, especially on YouTube. But anyway, I digress. What has always helped me is truly understanding us, who we are, who I am, why I'm able to manifest, why this is a real thing. So I know, especially in my early days, outside of unconscious manifesting, right? We've all been unconsciously manifesting our entire lives. But when you're awake and you begin the journey of conscious manifestation, okay, doubtful thoughts will come up, and they make us question, like, are we just stupid for doing this? Are we stupid? Is this stupid? Should I just get over having that desire and just settle for the fact that I'm never going to have what I want? No. This is why I think it's so important to do your own research, your own reading, your own testing. It will serve you in the moments when you're doubting. It will serve you. It will not be a waste of your time. So who are we? Who are you? Who am I? You are pure, unadulterated consciousness. Consciousness. That's who you are. You're not the meat suit that we have all been conditioned to believe that we are, right? We are all individualized consciousness, and we are able to manifest simply by changing our awareness. Or I like to Kim it down with kind of looking in a different direction in our consciousness. We are manifesting by who we are conscious of being. All versions of you exist. All versions. Really understanding what that means for you is life-changing. And having that little nugget of information can help make you feel better when the doubtful thoughts are coming in and you're giving into them. And it is, you are giving into them. And there's no fancy way of saying, well, I'm sure there is a fancier way, but there's no nicer way of saying it. We choose our thoughts. Now, what I mean by that is thoughts come up on their own. We are aware of that, right? It's not your fault that a thought pops up. But from there, you're choosing it. You're choosing to let it in, to let it marinate, and then we all know what happens from there. More shit thoughts keep coming in. And then a spiral usually ensues. And then we got to crawl our way back out of the spiral hole. It's not fun. It sucks. What I will tell you is, though, as you rise in consciousness, which is really the goal here, is to keep rising, right? The higher we go, the closer to full, unconditional, pure, unconditional love, consciousness, God, universe, whatever you believe in. But that's the idea of what we're doing. And the beauty of what we're doing is that we really can be, do, and have anything we desire. But we've been conditioned to believe that we are limited. This is what I'm talking about. What has helped me all the time, all manifestations, is reminding myself of my limitlessness, my flawlessness. I think we all get in, a habit. So we become kind of like almost hearing blind. Is that a thing? That you'll hear me say, hello, my limitless, flawless, or my flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy, HBICs. We kind of just throw it away. We know those words exist. We know there are very common phrases in this community, but I think we begin to ignore them, or we don't take them serious because we hear them so much, we become deaf to it. Not blind, deaf. Or when we're reading, blind. We become numb to the sayings, and it's never going to fail you to have your knowledge for yourself outside of hearing it from someone else, like hearing it from me, and putting all your trust on hearsay or my interpretation of what Neville Goddard is saying, or anybody else in the community. Genevieve Berend, right? Joseph Mercy. Murphy. And again, they're just people too, and it's their interpretation on things. But that's the point, is whatever we know so far about consciousness, about who we are, is someone else's interpretation. However, when you take the time to quiet your mind, meditation, asking God, universe, I amness questions so that answers can appear, you have yourself to lean back on. And this is what this journey is, a journey of self. And a lot of you have been commenting, what is wrong? I cannot talk. Commenting on, you notice my evolvement, especially if you've been here since day one. It's noticeable. And thank you so much for noticing. I truly appreciate it. But yeah, it's because I'm rising in consciousness. So I'm evolving. I'm changing because I'm in the awareness that this is a journey of self. And I love getting what I want. I also love this really ego-y thing. I love being able to say, I told you so. Told you so. And anybody that coaches with me knows that I take pleasure in telling you that, especially when you're getting movement, BBLs, and obviously the full manifestations. And my God, the girls and dudes in my channel membership are off the chain getting manifestations, full manifestation. We're talking marriages, engagements. SPs are fully in, right? Long-term relationships. They're all manifesting on top of money and other wonderful things. Channel members, my God, you're amazing and I'm proud of you all. But listen, if you ever need a zhuzh, you really might want to think about joining, especially the exclusive lives group. That's a zhuzh only group. And every Tuesday, we've got people lined up ready to share successes. And I love it. I love it. It's exciting and it brings you up. It helps you, recharge yourself for your day or your week or your month or your year. But doing it yourself, testing the law yourself, reading on it yourself is only going to benefit you. Don't get me wrong. I'm loving every second of you listening to me and watching my content. I love it. I love making new friends. But I would be only limiting you or hurting you if I didn't tell you, go do this yourself. Go pick up a Neville book. Go pick up a Genevieve Berend or a Joseph Murphy or anybody else that I always forget to mention. There's so many people that have written things on this subject. Go read it yourself. Let your own consciousness help you with interpretation. And mind you, you're always ever interpreting based on who you're being. Each new version of self or each new state is a new you. So it's not surprising that I've experienced this too, that you can read the same damn book multiple times and get something new out of it every single time you do it. I cannot tell you how many times I personally have read everything that I can get my hands on of Neville Goddard, including TV shows, radio shows, lectures, books. I've read it all. Anything that I can get my hands on. And I learn something new every single time. And I've been around this block a while. So if you are tired of wavering, if you are tired of not getting what you want, can you imagine if you had those little golden nuggets of your own? Can you? And listen, for any of you out there who don't want to read or don't want to be bothered listening to audios, readings, or books, ask the universe or God, your I amness, your subconscious mind, whatever you believe in, fucking moonbeams, higher power, source energy, whatever you believe is the absolute. You can ask questions, even if you think it's your higher self giving the answer, and it very well can be. It's all in what you believe. But you can ask for help. You can ask questions. You can say, I need you to answer me. Show me the answer to this. And the answer will come to you in a not very long time either. It's usually quite quick. The answer will come if you're open. And what I mean by that is, if you're in a mindset right now where you have your mind just shut right down to manifestation, well, first of all, you will get an answer. Things will come into your awareness, but you're only limiting yourself by being so close-minded. I'm just keeping that real, right? Listen, everyone has desires and everyone wants to experience what they want. But the idea is open yourself to it. Open yourself to it. I think that we let life experiences, bad ones, we let that scare us off into allowing ourselves to trust that maybe this is real, maybe this is possible to actually get what you want. Don't you want change? Don't you want to stop living that way? Don't you feel like it's your turn too? That is how I felt, because I was Mrs. Doubt, Mrs. Skeptic. I did not believe this shit. And if you've been around me, you can see I can be a stubborn little girl. I can be very stubborn and very sassy. And I was that against manifestation. But it proved me wrong. And I am truly living my best life that only keeps getting better. But here's the thing. I'm open. I allow. I don't try to force manifestations. I don't try to manipulate them into being. I allow my 3D. I give everything the meaning that it is my unfolding to whatever I'm currently manifesting. Now, could I do that in my early days? Fuck no. No. I was so limited. That's why I share it. I was so married to my victim state. But what I wanted was more important to me. So thankfully, that old version of me never gave up. It's why you hear me say, I don't hate my other selves or my original self. I don't hate her. I am grateful to her because she got me here. She helped me find this version of myself, and I am changing. I know I'm changing. My appearance is changing. My personality is changing. The sass is always going to be here because I love it. But when you begin dropping limiting beliefs, hate, rage, hurt, you change. Because those negative emotions and feelings hurt. They hurt us. They don't hurt the people we're upset with. They hurt us. I didn't always believe that. I wanted people to be punished for hurting me or wronging me. I wanted them to be punished. I don't want that for anyone now. But old self, she sure did. That's because of who she was on the inside, a victim. I ain't a victim. You're not a victim. So take the time. Take the time and read yourself. Learn yourself so you have a foundation to fall back on when the doubts come in. It's changed my life. It's changed my life. I'm speaking from experience. And having the knowledge yourself, I'm telling you, when your SP's showing up wrong and you're starting to get worried that maybe this isn't working, maybe they're never going to change, and then you got that juicy little reminder, wait a minute, all versions of me exist. So by automatic default, I know that all versions of him or her exist. I just have to choose the one I want and become the version of me that believes that. Again, with manifestation, it's normal not to believe right away. That's okay. That'll come with the repetition. But that doesn't mean it's not working until you believe. No. That is not true. It works, whether you're believing or not. It just feels better to believe. Less worrying involved. So, my big nugget for this video is go do your own research. Go read your own books so that you've got the knowledge and you're not relying on anyone else to do it for you. So you have your own personal interpretation. Again, I also know some of the early day writers, they weren't always so easy to understand. I used to think Neville Goddard's books were in hieroglyphics. I didn't understand shit. But what I wanted in my 3D was more important. So it was worth it to me to keep trying, to keep reading, to keep pushing. And thank God old version of me did. Thank God. So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.